Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update. Sometimes we have so much going on in weather in Michigan that the simplest way it's better to bring it back to simple terms about when does it snow the most, and just the fact that the western half of the state of Lower Michigan, western half of Lower Michigan, much of the UP, you're going to get pounded with some heavy snow. Long duration event. This isn't everything by 3 this afternoon. This isn't everything by 3 Friday afternoon. This is everything by Sunday. Okay, so it's a long duration event with bursts in there. Hey, good morning, Joe Lukowski. Chloe Valentine, good morning, Fostoria. Amber likes the term yuck. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. All right, let's get started. Try to break it down. Try to do the best I can for you. Okay, so today, nothing really well put together. Um, this is the radar. You could see an area of snow in southwest part of the state moving east. So you'll get into snow showers of Saginaw, Flint, and the Detroit and Ann Arbor areas during the day today. Also, northwest lower has a little burst of snow showers coming through. Now, this kind of shows you where the most winter weather will be, so to speak. Let me get the UP in there because I know the UP people just go crazy if I just crop it out. And boy, I tell you, I battled this for 30 years in Michigan. The state is just not set up to be sized good on a map. Um, so the pink areas, winter storm warnings. Grand Rapids area, um, Allegan County, southward toward Indiana. Hey, good morning, Shannon Saunders from lovely Traverse City. John Kumian, I'm not really sure how to say that this morning. Yeah, you're looking at a long duration thing. Carrie Draper, we'll get to Thanksgiving here in just a second. So, winter storm warning, southwest corner, up around Charlevoix and Petoskey. In between there, winter weather advisories probably not depicting as nasty as it's going to be. Should be, in my mind, winter storm warnings all across that western half of the state. All right, here's the radar forecast. We go through this afternoon, and again, areas of not well put together snow, but an inch here and there. Hey, Nancy Crittenden, thank you very much from Hubbard Lake. Appreciate it. Good morning, Sterling Heights, Steve Hedapole. So tonight, again, bands of lake effect, but not really well put together. But areas can pick up 2 to 4 inches isolated in nature. Now we go into tomorrow evening, and the snow starts to pick up in the Grand Rapids area, in all of southwest lower. Starts to become more of a steady west wind. Hey, from the Deer Shack this morning, Chris Warner. Good morning. And Cedar, Lori Priest, the Polka Festival. Oh, that's a summertime fun thing. So this is Friday night, and then this is Saturday morning, 7 a.m., and the lake effect on a little bit of a southwest wind. That is a heavy lake effect snow for Grand Rapids, because if you look back to the southwest from Grand Rapids, the wide part of Lake Michigan, from around Holland back towards Chicago and Waukegan. So you get a lot of moisture, what we call a long fetch across the lake on a southwest wind. Frank Fast, I would agree. Charlevoix, now right at the water. Here's another thing I want to emphasize is that right at the water, in these downtowns of like Charlevoix, Petoskey, Frankfurt, the water's 48 to 50 degrees. So you could see much lower snow totals than just 2, 3, 4, 5 miles inland. Okay, now we'll go to a little bit longer of a model. Bear with me a second. We'll go into Friday. And the long story short is that by Friday night into Saturday, the lake effect really gets well put together and starts to just bomb a lot of the western side of the state with snow. So we rotate through with snow showers today, maybe at times even mixed with a little bit of rain. And then we go through tonight, and some of these areas of lake effect pick up northwest lower, and we go into Friday afternoon and evening, and then it starts to pick up in the Grand Rapids area and starts to head toward Lansing and Flint, an I-69 band. Now, this one ends Saturday morning, and notice the pickup in coverage and intensity. Okay. The European picks up after that, goes out farther, and I'll just show you that as we go into Saturday afternoon and evening, classic lake effect right there. That's 7 o'clock Saturday evening. It's snowing. It's snowing from Gaylord to Grayling to Kalkaska to all of the Traverse City area to Cadillac, down through Manistee, Ludington, Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, southwest corner, and it's coming over into the Owasso, Flint, Ann Arbor, and north side of Detroit areas too at that point. So Saturday night, Sunday morning, very snowy. And as we get to Sunday afternoon, everything starts to break down. How much snow? Remember, long duration, so I'm just going to take it out to the end. This is through Saturday morning. Good morning, Ed Johnson, Waterford. Rose Teeley, will we get any of this? I have no idea where you are. Where are you? Hey, good morning, Brandon Varney from Mount Pleasant. So this is through Saturday morning. Areas of 6 to 10 inches of snow from near Big Rapids to through the Grand Rapids area down to Battle Creek, Kalamazoo. Areas of 6 to 10 inches from Cadillac to Benzie, Leelanau County, Grand Traverse region, Charlevoix, Petoskey, and areas of 6 to 10 inches western part of the UP. The European model takes us past Saturday night and Sunday morning for the entire snowfall. And again, there you see 6 to 10 southwest, northwest, and you'll find in probably Antrim County, you'll find up to 2 feet. And maybe somewhere in the southwest corner, you'll find 1 to 2 feet of snow. But hey, it's not 4 feet like Buffalo is expected to get right downtown. Melissa Marie, how driving conditions be from Flint to Chicago today? Not perfect. I would drop down, if you're worried about driving conditions, I would drop down 69 to 80 and run it over. That would help you a little bit. Probably not terrible, but not perfect either. Okay, now one last thing for you. I took a warm-up starting next week. Might be canceled for a few days, and we may have to deal with the weather system around Thanksgiving. So this has been trending this way the last couple of days. I didn't want to say anything, but now that I'm in my basement and you can't get to me, I will. So this is the European model, okay? And it's going to go out through Thanksgiving. So we're going now. And the one thing I like to pick out is right there, that's Saturday night. That is a classic Lower Michigan pounded with lake effect snow. Breaks down pretty quickly. By Sunday night, it breaks down. And we try to get milder, and we do for a couple of days, back to mid 30s to 40 degrees or so. But this is Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving does look dry, but notice there's an Alberta Clipper coming south and reinforcing the cold air. This is Black Friday, and we could have another snow system into the area that reinforces the cold for a bit, and it still wants to advertise everything I see. Still wants to advertise some warmer air as we get into the last days of November and into December. Warmer, meaning heading toward 40 degrees, maybe 45. At that point, though, we've had 6 to 10 inches of snow in places, and it's harder to warm up. Imogene Law, driving conditions from Jackson to Chicago on Friday. It may not be terrible because it's a southwest wind on Friday. I would again go down to 80 and over to Chicago. Would be a much safer trip than I-94 into Chicago. And that would be a way to avoid it. So, Ashley Jackson, will Mount Pleasant get much of this? I'd say Mount Pleasant could get 2, 3, 4 inches total all the way through Sunday morning. When does a snowstorm become a blizzard? That's a great question, Jan Damsteed. We got some tough names on here today. A blizzard is a sustained period, not just a 1 hour burst or so, but I think it's got to be 3 to 6 hours of expected wind gusts over 35 miles an hour and visibility a quarter mile or less. So you need wind, strong wind, to have it become a blizzard. So this likely would not become that kind of official situation. It would just be a very nasty snowstorm, the first one at that. There you go. Thanks for joining me. I try to keep you updated. I guess, let's bring it back to the simple terms. Most of us today, not too terrible, but not perfect. If you have to pick a day to travel, today would be the day to do it. Friday, the weather conditions start to worsen, especially the southwest corner of the state, Grand Rapids, south and west, and the northwest corner of the state. And then Friday night, Saturday night, quite nasty conditions across the state, even into the Detroit area to some respect, because an inch or two of snow can break off into there, and we'll all have temperatures only in the 20s, so it'll certainly be sticking on the roads. It lets up Sunday afternoon, and by Monday and Tuesday, we should get to 35, 40 degrees, and roads should improve dramatically. That's the big picture. That's the best I can do for you in this situation. Thank you, Mother Nature, for making my job difficult at times. Oh well. Take care. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Watch MLive for updates. My first post, I'm going to detail what all these watches, advisories, and warnings mean. What's the definition of them? Someone asked, what's a blizzard warning? Great question. So I'm going to make a post that we can always reference this winter so you know. And I'll be honest, sometimes the warnings and the advisories do not give you an accurate portrayal of what's going to happen. For example, this case right here, winter storm warning in the southwest, warranted. Northwest, a couple of counties, warranted. In between there, winter weather advisory. You'd think it'd be lesser, but at some point, it probably will be upgraded to a winter storm warning. All right. Have yourselves a great whatever day today is. Thursday. I have to look at my computer to even find out. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.